Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Liam and Olivia.
Yes, welcome. We are so genuinely happy you are here with us today.
This is the podcast where English feels real, warm, and part of your actual everyday life.
Before we start, a quick and genuine request from us.
If this podcast is helping you, please like this episode right now and subscribe so you never miss a new one. A fresh episode is waiting for you every single day.
So today, we are looking at 3 words that every English learner uses, but that very few use with complete confidence.
3 words that all deal with the idea of quantity and choice, but each in a very specific and very different way.
We are talking about all, both, and either.
And I can already hear some of you thinking, wait, are those not all basically the same? They all mean something like everything or every option, right?
That is a very fair thought, and the answer is they are related, but each one has its own world, its own situation, its own feeling.
All is for the complete total, the whole group, every single part, nothing left out.
And all works with 3 or more things, or with an uncountable concept, or with the complete idea of something as a whole.
Think about finishing a project after weeks of hard work. You look at everything your team has accomplished and you say, we did all of this together. All of it. The complete total, nothing excluded.
Or you arrive at a party late and someone asks how many people are there. You look around and say, all of my friends are here. The complete group, every single one.
Or you finish a meal that was absolutely wonderful and you say, I ate all of it. The whole thing, not a bit left.
We've all been there, all of us, no exceptions.
All works in several positions in a sentence, and understanding those positions makes your English significantly more natural.
All before a noun. All the students passed the exam. All before the noun students.
All of before a noun or pronoun. All of the students passed. All of them were prepared.
All after the pronoun subject. They all worked incredibly hard. We all agreed on the decision.
All in that position, after the pronoun subject, is very natural in spoken English and comes up constantly.
Think about real situations where all in different positions feels completely natural.
A teacher addressing a class. I want all of you to take a moment to reflect on how far you've come this year.
All of you, the complete group, every individual included.
Or a manager sending a message after a difficult quarter. You all showed incredible resilience. I'm proud of every single one of you.
You all, the pronoun first, then all. Natural, spoken, professional English.
Or a friend reflecting on a hard year. All of the challenges I faced this year made me stronger. All of the challenges as the complete set of difficulties.
All is also used in many fixed expressions that come up constantly.
All right, all the best, all along, all of a sudden, after all, above all.
These are expressions every learner should know, and knowing them and using them naturally is one of the fastest ways to sound more fluent.
Think about some of these in real situations.
You're talking to a worried friend before they go into something difficult. You say, it's all going to be all right. I know it is. All right as the familiar reassurance.
Or you discover that you had the answer all along. You knew it the whole time without realizing. All along as the expression of having always had something.
Or something unexpected happens and you say, all of a sudden, everything changed. I didn't see it coming. All of a sudden as the expression of sudden, unexpected change.
All is the word of completeness, of the total, of nothing left out, of every part included.
Now say it with us. Everyone listening, repeat these out loud.
They all worked hard. All of the options have been considered. We agreed all along. All of a sudden, everything changed.
Say them again. They all worked hard. All of the options have been considered. We agreed all along. All of a sudden, everything changed.
Complete total, every part included, nothing left out. That's all doing its work.
Now, let's look at both and feel the very specific world it lives in.
Now let's talk about both, and both has one clear and one very specific rule.
Both is only used when you're talking about exactly 2 things, 2 people, 2 options, 2 items. The number 2 is essential to both.
When you use both, you're saying these 2 things are being included together, not one or the other, both of them.
When you have two job offers, you can't decide between them because you love aspects of each. You say to a friend, "Both options are really exciting. I honestly can't choose." Both refers to exactly two offers, both included together.
Or you have two close friends who you want to spend time with. You say, I want to see both of them this weekend if possible. Both of them. Exactly two, both included.
And notice that last one, I love them both. Both came after the pronoun, just like all can follow the pronoun subject.
We both agreed on the plan. They both knew something was wrong. She and I were both surprised by the news.
Both following the pronoun or between the auxiliary verb and the main verb, natural, very common in spoken English.
Both also appears in the structure both and, which connects two things that are both true.
She is both talented and hardworking. Both qualities are present. Both are true.
The project was both exciting and terrifying. Both feelings existed simultaneously.
He's both a great friend and a trusted colleague. Both relationships, both descriptions, both true at once.
Both and is a beautifully balanced structure in English. It shows that two qualities or conditions exist together without contradiction.
Think about real situations where both and feels completely natural.
You're describing a new city you visited. You say it was both beautiful and overwhelming. Both qualities true, both felt.
Or talking about a career change, it was both the scariest and the best decision I ever made. Both feelings at once.
Or describing a person. She is both incredibly intelligent and genuinely kind, which is a rare combination. Both and giving equal weight to two qualities.
Both is the word of exactly two, of two things included together, of balance and pairing, of the complete pair with nothing left out. Say it with us now. Repeat these out loud.
Both options are exciting. They both agreed. The experience was both wonderful and exhausting. I want to speak to both of them.
Say them again. Both options are exciting. They both agreed. The experience was both wonderful and exhausting. I want to speak to both of them.
Exactly two, both included. Together, that's both doing its work.
Now, let's look at either, and either has some surprising range that many learners don't know about.
Now let's talk about either, and this is where things get really interesting.
Either has two main uses that can seem contradictory at first, but once you understand the feeling behind each one, everything makes sense.
The first use, either, means one or the other of two options. Not both, just one. It suggests a choice between two possibilities.
Think about two restaurants you're choosing between for dinner. You say, either one would be fine with me, just pick.
Either one or the other. You don't mind which. The choice between the two options is open.
Or your colleague asks which day works for the meeting, Tuesday or Wednesday, and you say, either day works for me. You genuinely don't have a preference between the two.
Or you're deciding between two routes to drive. You say, we could take either route. Both are about the same distance.
Either route, one or the other, a choice between two equivalent options.
And either also appears with or in the structure either or, which presents two options between which a choice must be made.
You can either stay and help or leave now. Two options, choose one.
She's going to either accept the offer or negotiate for better terms. Two paths forward, choose one.
Either the project gets more funding or we have to scale back our plans. Two possibilities, one will happen.
Either or is a very natural and very common structure for presenting choices and conditions in English.
Now, the second use of either, and this one surprises learners, either can mean both of two things in certain contexts.
This use appears mainly when either comes before a singular noun and refers to both of two things equally.
There are trees on either side of the road. Either side means both sides, left and right, both.
There is a window at either end of the room. Either end means both ends, both included.
She held his hand with either hand at different points in the journey. Either hand meaning both hands were used at some point.
This use of either to mean both is more formal and appears more in written English, but knowing it helps you understand texts and more formal speech completely.
And either also appears in negative structures. Not either means neither. It signals that neither of the two options applies.
She did not like either of them. She liked neither. Not either in a negative sentence means none of the two options was acceptable.
I cannot go either. I also cannot go. In a negative context, either at the end of a sentence means also when agreeing with a negative.
He is not coming. I am not coming either. The either adds your agreement with the negative statement.
This is actually one of the most natural and most used positions for either in everyday spoken English, and learning it makes your responses much more natural.
I do not like cold weather. I do not either. Natural, simple, agreeing with a negative.
She has not seen that film yet. Neither have I, or I have not either. Both work. Both are natural.
Either in its choice sense, either in its both sides sense, and either in negatives. 3 uses, all natural, all real.
Now let us talk about some common mistakes learners make with all, both, and either. The first mistake, using both when there are more than 2 things.
Learners sometimes say both of my 3 children or both options when there are 4 options. Both only works with exactly 2.
If there are 3 or more, use all. All of my children, all of the options. Both is reserved strictly for pairs.
The second mistake, using either in positive sentences to mean also.
In positive sentences, either cannot mean also. For positive also sentences, we use to or as well.
She is coming too, not she is coming either. I would like some as well, not I would like some either.
Either for also works only in negative sentences. I am not going, she is not going either. In positives, use to or as well.
The third mistake, using all of in contexts where all alone sounds more natural.
Sometimes learners overuse the full form all of the, when the shorter form all the or just all with a following pronoun sounds more natural in most contexts.
All the students passed sounds very natural. All of the students passed, also correct, but slightly heavier.
In casual spoken English, the shorter all the or just all with a following pronoun sounds more natural in most contexts.
We all agree, not we all of us agree. They all knew, not they all of them knew. The shorter form is cleaner and more natural.
Now, let's bring everything into real daily life situations together.
You and a friend are planning a weekend trip, and all 3 words appear naturally throughout.
You're looking at 2 possible destinations. You say, both places look amazing. I genuinely cannot decide between them.
Both places, exactly 2, both included together for consideration.
Your friend says, either one works for me, honestly. You pick. Either one or the other, no preference.
You think about it, you say, all of the reviews for this one are incredible. Every single one, the complete set of reviews.
All of the reviews, the complete total, nothing excluded.
Your friend says, I've heard good things about both, and honestly, I think both trips would be worth doing eventually.
Both again, exactly 2, both worth doing.
You decide, and you say, okay, let's go to this one. We can do either one first, but I feel like this is the right choice right now.
Either one first, one or the other. The choice is open.
The trip is wonderful, and on the way home, you say, I loved all of it, every single moment. I want to remember all of this.
All of it and all of this, the complete total, everything included, nothing left out.
One weekend trip, all, both, and either woven naturally through every moment of the planning and the experience.
Now let's try a professional situation.
You are in a team meeting deciding between 2 possible approaches to a project.
Your manager says, we have 2 proposals on the table. I want all of us to think carefully about both before we decide.
All of us, the complete group. Both, exactly 2 proposals included together for consideration.
A colleague says, I think either approach could work. The question is which fits our timeline better.
Either approach, one or the other. A genuine open choice between 2 valid options.
Another colleague says, actually, both proposals have strengths we should not ignore. Maybe we could combine elements of both.
Both proposals, both strengths, both possible sources for a combined solution.
Your manager nods. She says that's a good point. Let's look at what all 3 of us think are the strongest elements from each proposal.
All 3 of us, more than 2 people, all is correct.
The meeting continues, and by the end, all of you have agreed on a combined direction that honors the strengths of both original proposals.
All of you for the complete group, both original proposals for exactly 2.
One professional meeting, all,
both, and either, all appearing where they belong. Let's try one more, a personal and emotional situation.
Two sisters are talking about their mother. She's been unwell, and they're deciding how to support her together.
One sister says, I think both of us need to be there for her as much as possible right now. Both of us, exactly two, the pair included together.
The other agrees. She says, yes, and I think either of us can call her every day. We can take it in turns.
Either of us, one or the other. On any given day, one of the two of them will call.
The first sister says, I've been thinking about all of the things she's done for us over the years. All of them. Every single thing. The complete total of her care.
The other is moved. She says, I know, all of it. I keep thinking about it too.
All of it. The complete whole. Everything included.
They both sit quietly for a moment. Both sitting, both feeling it together.
And then one of them says, I'm glad we're both in this together. Both. Exactly two sisters. Both present. Both committed.
She says, me too. I couldn't do any of this without either of us. Without either of us, meaning without both of us. The either meaning both of the pair needed.
One quiet conversation between two sisters. All, both, and either carrying the full weight of love, family, and shared commitment. Say it with us one final time. Everyone listening, repeat these sentences out loud.
They all worked so hard. Both options are excellent. Either day works for me. She loved all of it. Both of them agreed. I am not going either.
Say them again. They all worked so hard. Both options are excellent. Either day works for me. She loved all of it. Both of them agreed. I am not going either.
All for the complete total of 3 or more. Both for exactly 2 together. Either for one of 2 or for agreeing with a negative.
All 3 words are now completely yours.
Let's bring everything together now.
All is used for the complete total, 3 or more, or an uncountable whole. All the students, all of them. They all agreed. All of a sudden. All right.
Both is used for exactly 2 things included together. Both options, both of them, they both knew, both talented and kind, strictly for pairs.
Either has 2 main uses, one or the other of 2 options, either day works, either or for presenting choices, and both of 2 things in formal contexts, like either side of the road.
Either also appears in negatives to mean also. She is not coming, I am not either. In positives, use to or as well instead.
Mistakes to avoid. Do not use both with more than 2 things. Use all instead. Do not use either in positive sentences to mean also. Use to or as well. And in casual spoken English, prefer the shorter all the over the longer all of the when possible.
All, both, and either are 3 of the most used and most precise words for talking about quantity and choice in English. And now you understand the feeling and the logic behind every single one of them.
You are building an English that is more precise, more natural, more genuinely you, and we can hear it happening with every episode you complete.
We are so proud of all of you for showing up, both the people who have been here from the beginning and the ones who joined us recently. Every single listener matters to us.
Keep going. You're doing something remarkable, and we'll be right here with you every single step of the way.
If today helped you understand all, both, and either in a completely natural way, please give it a like right now.
And if you are not yet subscribed, please join our family today. A brand new episode is ready for you every single day.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Every single listen truly means the world to us.
This has been English with Liam and Olivia. Simple English, real conversations, daily practice.
Take care of yourselves. Use all, both, and either with complete confidence. We'll see you in the very next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.